Ahoy mateys, I'm Belle and welcome to my first video outside of short montages. This is gonna be a different video than usual since I'm balling with commentary, but please leave some feedback in the comments so I can improve. Since you're here, I'd guess you're struggling to find good setups and tracks for our favorite train conductor, but I'm here to show you how to optimize your setup from my perspective at least with this Chuck cheat sheet. Chuck is considered the hardest character to master because it comes down to your creativity if we don't count Heist, but Heist is not a real mode, so who cares. Since you're here and looking for advanced Chuck tips, I'm not gonna go over Chuck's basics and what he's capable of, but if you're in need of that, I would highly recommend watching Orso Immigrato's Chuck School, which goes over the important learning parts of Chuck. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. Before we go into the actual stuff, I have two concepts I wanna go over. The first one is track, and that can be whatever you want it to be. It can be one pole, it can be two poles, like going from A to B, like everything that's between poles is a track, cause like wherever Chuck is going with this train. And the setup, that's more of a stationary thing. If you get it down, you're set for the game. So like in Heist or in Hot Zone, it's easy to mix these two concepts together, but they are quite different in their own way. Oh, and also there are three main setup types I'm gonna go over. Bolt tracks, which goes like this, T-tracks, which goes like this, and lastly cross tracks, which goes like this. There are of course many other setups with their own niche use cases, but these three are the ones you're gonna use the most when building a setup. Alright, first map we have Hard Rock Mine. So this is a map where I want to have a lot of mid control. I'm gonna start from this wall. I like to place them so like in you see like under the bush here, so it's like on the edge, edging the bush. You see, yeah. And then because you're behind this wall, you can spam here. Then the second one, you have to overextend a little bit, but it's fine. It should work out. You have a crystal here and a metal block here, so in between them, like that. Then the last one, you have like closer to this one, but still you don't want to have it too far out because then this will fuck up. So you want to have it like closer to this ones, but yeah, here, so it's closer to that. The fourth one, you want to place it here. This one doesn't really matter too much. It also, if it's connected to that one, that's all that matters. So how you will go is like this, and then on the other way around, you can go like this. This confuses the enemies 90% of the time, so it's pretty good. And yeah, also the gadgets doesn't really work. Like none of the gadgets are useful, at least in my experience. Alright, so for some take for this setup, so you know like how we go from here to here, and then on the way back we will actually go on their side, which can be very, very bad because like they can be camping here with I don't know, a Shelly super or something, and you will be kind of screwed, and you often have gems on you. So I like to like if I go from there to here, I should just like to switch to this side and then going like this, and you can do that over and over all you want. And also for the last thing, if you have 10 gems on our countdown, you know like how we place that one and that one first, so you can place one pole here, and then a last one here. And let's say the enemy team is now pushing you from those sides, you can just go up here and often survive, and like even if they're pushing up here, you can go down again. Like it's so good for gem countdown. Alright, next up we have Double Swoosh. This map is kind of different from most setups because you would expect me to play mid control, but I'm actually gonna play lane. So I'm actually gonna try and control this whole grass. So the first pole, I'm gonna place it above here, like so in the middle of these two cactuses. There's a little wall here, and just up to the max height of the bushes pretty much. And you stay off behind this one, of course. The second pole, you want to place it either there or there, doesn't matter too much, but I like to start it here. So, and how I know where to place it is between like these three bush corners pretty much. So in between them we place a pole. Next one is on the corner of this grass block. So over there. And from here you can remove that one skull, it's pretty annoying. And you can do that. And now you have a free way to go here. And they can't really pass into this grass, and because they will just feed you super and you kind of kill them. Oh yeah, wait, one thing. You can actually go, like, if they're gonna predict you going from there to all the way there, you can actually kind of just go up here and go the other way. It's a small detail, but it definitely helps in the long run. Next up, we have open business. So this is probably, in my opinion, one of Chuck's best setups in the entire game. If the enemy team does not have wall breaks. I'm actually gonna use the ghost train because that's 100% the better gadget with the setup I'm using at least. Alright, so first pole, you wanna place it here. So like in between the zone corner and under the blocks. So like there. I like to either stay behind that or that. It all depends where your teammates are playing. Next pole doesn't really matter. I like to place it, the next one, like exactly how I placed that one, but on my side. So like here, so it's a line. Next one I wanna place it here. And then the third one I wanna place here. It can be hard if you don't have much control to get this whole setup up, but it's generally pretty easy. Because there are no like high poles. Alright, so how it goes, it's just a bolt track, but with a little twist, because you, when you're spawning or when you just feel like it, you can ghost train and you will go to here. What this does is it switches the bolt track, so it switches from there to there to there to there. So you can go between these ones, and of course you can ghost train again, and you switch between these two, and you go back to the normal one. So that's pretty much it. Next up, we have parallel plays. This map is gonna... I mean, most of you should know how to play on this map. It's one of Chuck's easier hot zone map if you don't know what to play in the hot zone rotation. But how I usually start is I place one here. The second one I wanna place further down here. I wanna create like a sideways square. So I'm gonna place the third one over here, and then the last one up here. And this just kind of demolishes them so hard. Oh, I failed the setup. That's crazy. Next up, Dueling Beetles. This is one of the first setups I discovered with Chuck, actually, bit of curiosity. But anyways, I like to start with either corner. I don't want to place him like up in the corner. I like to play him a little bit farther down, just to have a little bit more cover. And I like to play either by this wall or this wall. It doesn't really matter too much. Next pole is also going in the corner. Next one is like, I like to place it under these like two lines you see here, like where they connect. So under there. And then the last one, you wanna keep it in between all these connections here, or like over the bush, you could say. Keep in mind that is important if you wanna go straight from here up here. And yeah, this is just a normal T track, kind of normal, and you will actually go like this. I don't know if I discovered this track, because I feel like I kinda did. I had some inspiration from Orsa Immigrata, but like exactly how this works, I think it's kind of originated from me. I don't know. Either way, that's pretty much how it's placed all the time. You can also go from here, like if you're respawning and you don't have any ghost train, let's say, you can go on the lane and actually go from here. But yeah, that's about it. Next up we have Belle's Rock. So I think you've seen this map before. It's based on Ben Kim's setup that he used. So what he did is he placed the first one up here, like between the two metal blocks here. You can also place it a bit lower. Like you sacrifice the ground here with the ground here pretty much. So if you have higher here, you will have lower here. So I put this quite high, so I better place this quite low, and they still connect. There we go. So the next pole I like to place it here. And like still with this setup you can actually do some plays. Like you can go here, spam a bit, I don't know. Like you just got to look out for yourself if your team is on enemies on your track that you can potentially kill. And the last one here, and you have pretty much the whole end game. So let's say a dog here, poor dog walks here, he dies like that. And because you have control over the whole mid, there's no way for you to counter that as an opponent, like without stunning him or something like that, and of course killing him. Next up we have Flaring Phoenix. So this map is also based on, I can't remember who, but there was some guy who made a setup here that I quite like. So what you want to start with is either a pole here or here. I like to start here because it can be harder to get out, but like it doesn't really matter, you can stay behind this cover, and I mean if they have a lot of throwers it can be nice. Anyways, next pole is around here. So it's like another light bolt setup. I mean, next one you're gonna keep it by the water here. Yeah, so like there, and the last one, of course. You don't always need the last one. You can work with 3 poles, but I like the fourth one. It has a little bit more depth. As you can see, it's not like the best because you will go like from the middle, because you will go to there. You can actually extend these poles so they're further out, but I didn't. And with this you have like really good clearance over the whole mid. So when the smokes come close, you can just do this, and they can't really kill you because you're going between these. And also in the early game you can use Ghost Train like that. Or did I lose? Dog. Alright, next up we have Canal Grande. So this map, I'm gonna go for a very weird setup, but it works surprisingly well. So how I wanna start this is I go on this side most of the time. I can also go on the other, but I begin in the corner here. So I wanna take like control over the whole mid pretty much. So yeah, I probably don't get the blue star in a real match, but anyway. So we play second pole here, and we pretty much just build a, not really a bolt track, but a version of it. Honestly, like if it's just like this, it works, because you can go like, oh, not that way. Please go conduct yourself. You can go like from here to here. You clear this whole top area, so you have this push over control. And then last one you put there. And also, if you have trouble getting the setup early, there's a way to make it easier. So the first pole you want to place here, you don't want to connect it to anything up here. Wait, this may be wrong actually, I'm gonna press it there. So, and then you want to do like you always do, but of course on this side you want to go on the lower. Like why I do this is because of the metal blocks, they can really help keeping your setup nice, because if they're like throwers they can't really go there. And let's say we get the third one, but now you can't really get the fourth one because it's all the way up there. What I like to do then is going here, rerouting, and boom, instead of walking all the way here. And that's gonna be it. In my opinion, Chuck's best maps for ranked if you enjoy his setup playstyle. But it doesn't stop there. There are actually 2 more main playstyles that I haven't even gone over yet. The first one is Floaty Chuck, which is focused on building and rerouting your tracks upwards the map in most like Bounty or outside of ranked even, Wipeout. Tell me in the comments below if you're interested in seeing a Floaty Chuck guide. You can also play combo slash close range shock, which is where my knowledge usually dies, because I have almost zero experience with it. It's a playstyle where you have to do almost pixel perfect pole placements, and that playstyle is usually seen in modes like Brawl Ball. How do I finish this? End of video.